Well, here we are. You're on the John Fredericks Media Network, the John Fredericks radio apps. I am your Godzilla of the truth in America. Let's get that a little bit back out of the Zoom. So just zooming out there, so we're not getting all face here. It's a little too much, dude, even for me, Ryan. Let's just back this thing up. So there we go. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Just a little bit more. We're not accustomed to one big face on the screen. I mean, it's not Halloween, and that's a little bit better. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. We might have to get a third light a little bit later on. Ryan Carty in the house. Waddy no longer with us. Had bigger and better things to do. So wish him the best in the past. So he's no longer with the company. So we'll announce that. Replaced by Ryan Carty, who is a drone master and master cameraman. Also is the weather chaser extraordinaire, chases tornadoes around for a living, except when he works for me. Just got a white donkey. I have no idea why he has a donkey. And he has a goat that goes with the donkey, that the goat follows the donkey around, and the donkey chases the foxes away from whatever else he's got on that farm somewhere in rural Alabama. So he's got donkey, he's got goats, he's got horses, and but he's here with us right now. So we're good to go. We are live in Indianapolis, Indiana. Now, this is going to be where we're going to be for the next week or so. The Indiana General Assembly convening this week, today, actually. That's why we're here. Yay, with the Trump bus in the parking lot. So if you're around Indianapolis and you want to come downtown, tell you right where we are. We are at the Marriott Residence Inn parking lot. It's between the Marriott and the Courtyard, right downtown in Indy, right 1 block, 2 blocks from the state capitol, where we are staging ourselves in order to, let's say, give a little friendly encouragement, give a little nice tappers, as they say, nice little pats on the head, little, Godzilla friendly encouragement to get the bill through the House for redistricting, and then get it through the Senate, which is a little bit tougher haul. So we don't want to come on strong here. I mean, look, we just come to Indy. We got the Big Ten game coming up, right? It's probably one of the biggest games in history. We got that coming up with Indiana undefeated, Ohio State, Indiana. And that's only a couple blocks away, Lucas Oil Field. You can come and visit us here in the bus, have a cup of Joe. Speaking of Joe, hang on. This is Ryan, is this my first sip today? My first sip of my 1775 coffee. Hang on. Damn, that is the best coffee I've ever had. It's the most unbelievable coffee in the history of man. It's my first sip in guess what I've got today? I've got my MAGA 2028 cup. Hang on. Ryan, I tell you what, dude, don't be drinking that slop in the hotel, okay? Stuff is disgusting. Stuff is going to rot your gut. Larry, dump it. Right here, I got my 1775 coffee right here. Just put the little K-cup in, brew yourself a nice thing. We also got a coffee pot, but we didn't have time today because we got in at midnight. Or Larry got in at midnight. Ryan and I flew. Larry drove the bus. Thanks, Larry. Good job. And we are here. He got in at midnight, so he's pulling the double shift. But Ryan, we're not here to raise hell. No, stop that. We're very nice. This is nice, Godzilla, right? We're going to be very nice. We're not going to be calling people rhinos. We're not going to be saying that they're sinking Trump's presidency and destroying America and turning it over to the communists. We're not going to do any of that. We're just going to be nice and ask our representatives and senators here. We want to be Indiana nice, kind of like Virginia nice, right? This is Indiana nice. And, Virginia nice as well. That's like they're going to put 2 bullets in the head of the speaker, kill his wife, kill his children, have them die in her arms. But, we're going to be nice. And we vote for them anyway. So we're going to be nice. It's going to be Indy nice. We're not going to, be rabble-rousing. We're not going to be calling people names. We're not going to be doing a Debbie Dooley thing. We're not going to do any of that. No social media, calling people out. We would never do that. We would never do that. We're in Indiana. Got a big football game coming up. We want to be in Indiana nice. Going to be talking to people in a very gentle tone, like that I can do. And we're just here to, be a part of the process. Now, if you believe that, I have got land to sell you in the Antarctic Ocean, right? I've got a lot of that. If you actually believe that shtick, yes. Now, we are here to raise holy hell. That's why we're here. We are here to get this referendum passed so we can pick up 2 seats in Indiana before you're all eaten out of a garbage can, and you guys can take your Indiana nice and shove it up your ass, okay? Because we are in a fight for life. There's a winner and there's a loser. You're either a communist or a capitalist. You're either for censorship or freedom. It's one or the other. There's no in between. There's no Indiana nice. We need to get these seats. We need to fire with fire. No, they have bazookas. Let's go with, we got a slingshot. We got a spoon. It's basically it. Hey, they got Panzer tanks. We got goats. Come on, man. We are in a war. You got to understand this. If you look at what's going on out there, and I'm going to take your calls, 888-480-JOHN. You look at what's going on out there right today. You've got the state of California. I just want you to chew on this. Get your head around this one. The state of California, in response to the media's fake news portal, because this is what Gavin Newsom does, right? He thinks he's Trump and he'll try to counter everything. They put up a portal for people to report illegal or uncomfortable activities by federal law enforcement that they will then investigate. Now, I want you to think about this. You have a governor of the largest state in America, Gavin Newsom, who is encouraging his citizens, illegals, of course, lawbreakers, criminals, rapists, murderers, carjackers, drug dealers, fentanyl dealers, the whole bit. He is encouraging people that domicile in California, because they're not residents, they domicile. Live in a tent, pull down your pants, defecate in the middle of the road, no problem. It's all good. You're free to crap on the road, live in a tent, on the streets, whatever. Opened up a portal for them to report irregularities by federal law enforcement officials. Now, I want you to grasp that. So we're now in a country where we have a state that is openly telling it's those that domicile in the state, because they're not residents here, illegals, whatever, to openly defy the law enforcement wishes of the federal government. I just want you to let this sink in. This is called sedition. This is what they did in the South in 1861. They basically said, we're not going to follow federal law anymore. And then they fired on Fort Sumter and started the war. And then 13 states, or whatever it was, or how many of it was, I don't remember offhand. Somebody can text me. Seceded, I think Virginia being one of the last ones. Seceded from the Union because they didn't want to follow federal jurisdiction. Tell me the difference between what California just did. Somebody call me up and explain to me how that is not secession. Mondami in New York, the communist, New York City, says that he's not going to enforce U.S. law. In the city of New York, which is now an open city that he declared, de facto open city, Mondami said, we're only going to recognize international law. Well, then they are seceding from the country. They're seceding from New York State. They're seceding from America, and they should be their own entity. And everybody should leave, and they can bring in all the Somalians until it collapses, and they all have to leave. I really don't know what to tell you here. The bottom line of this thing is, you got to wake up here now and smell the coffee. Speaking of coffee, hang on. Damn, that is good coffee. Go to 1775coffee.com, the official coffee sponsor of the John Fredericks Media Network. And when you get your 1775 coffee, right now I'm drinking the dark roast. Don't give me that medium stuff in the morning, right? I got some of that for the afternoon, when things get a little lighter, but I got my dark roast going. Hang on. Ryan and Larry are drinking that hotel slop. My God, guys, how do you stand it? Plus, it's cold when you pour it out. Gross. Ryan doesn't drink coffee. He's got Gatorade. Who drinks Gatorade in the morning? Come on, guys. It's like getting up and I'll have a Red Bull. No, get a cup of 1775 coffee. Go to 1775coffee.com. Christmas is coming. Makes a great Christmas gift. Put it under the tree. Make everybody happy campers, right? It's good to go. 888-480-JOHN, 888-480-5646. So plenty from President Trump yesterday in the White House. We got that coming up. We've got some, we might play, we're thinking about playing this montage that, do you have the montage, Tyler, that Levin did on this whack job racist Fuentes guy?
Yeah, I've got one of them. It's like 4 minutes, and there's a bunch of them, but I got one ready.
How long is it?
I think it's like 4 minutes or so. We could play it going into the break.
That's a long time. Why should
you could chop it whenever you want. It's very cut up.
Why should we give them 4 minutes of our time to spew off hate? Why would we do that?
I agree. I don't want the studio surrounded.
Tyler agrees. I don't want to do that. I know Levin did it. I don't want any part of the guy. Okay, just not my thing, right? But I'll tell you this, and I'm going to tell our audience this. All right, and then we'll go to a break, and then we'll go to our callers, 888-480-JOHN. I'm live in Indianapolis, Indiana today. After the discussion yesterday with Debbie and others on the Peach Crew, right? And I was telling you that young people that voted for Trump were losing the Zoomer coalition we put together. And the reason we're losing it is a couple things: releasing the Epstein files and over focus on Israel. So I figured, okay, I heard this by a lot of people. I'm going to call, I'm traveling. I got some time on my phone at the airport. I'm going to call 5 young people that I know that are not in the movement. Not like Turning Point people, not in the movement. Ball players that I know from my son. They got their numbers from West Virginia or from other schools that I know that transferred, that I know their parents and I know the kids. So what I was looking for is 18 to 24, Trump voter 2024, disillusioned, pissed, and why. I talked to 5 of them. 5 randomly yesterday after Debbie, because I wanted to be sure, I like to be sure that I'm still, because this is, I get a lot of anecdotes, but I talked to 5 of them, after practice, before practice, different schools. None of them, by the way, in Maryland, because I don't want Joe to influence, I don't want to influence, and he's only been there a couple months, but other schools I know, right? You know what all 5 of them say? They voted for Trump. They'll probably vote Republican, but they're losing interest. And when I asked all 5 of them why, all 5 said the same thing, not in order, one or the other, but all of them had 2 things, 5 for 5. Epstein files need to be released. These people need to be held accountable. If you were a pedophile, you need to go to jail. No matter who it is, Republican, Democrat, cabinet member, doesn't matter. Epstein files, big deal. The fact that Trump stole them, tried to block them, problem. Kids losing confidence. Maybe he did something. Of course, we know he didn't, but they want those released. That was number 1. There were only 2 issues. You know what the second issue was? Israel. Israel fatigue, Israel exhaustion. One person said, I want a president of the United States, not a president of Israel. I'm sick of their Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, Palestine. I'm sick of it. I don't want to spend a dime on it. I want that money to come here, help our people. We're tired of it. All five. 5 for 5. Do you know how difficult that is? And without probing questions, just, hey, I did you vote for Trump? I know your friend, hey, John, how you doing? How's your fall? Yeah. Hey, can you help me with a little research I'm doing? Yeah, Mr. Frederick, sure. What do you need? A couple of them had to call me back. They were at practice or PT or something or in class. They all called me back. They all know me. And they all said the same thing. Now, you can sit there and fight it, but I'm telling you, if we don't get off this Israel thing and we don't release these Epstein files, we are going to lose the Zoomer coalition we put together. Now, I didn't talk to women. I only talked to 5 guys, men, 18 to 24. That's it. They all said the same thing. So speaking of coffee, you got to wake up and smell the coffee. We got to get off the Israel thing. The young people are tired of it. Israel first. They want America first. And we got to get these Epstein files out, and we just got to get them out. And it is what it is. You do that, you're going to get them back. If you don't, they're either going to vote for the other guys like they did in New York City, or they're going to stay home. Either one, we get crushed. FYI. I tell you the truth. It's uncomfortable. You don't want to hear it. You don't like it. I get it. But it is what it is. Facts are stubborn things. This is where we are right now in this country with young people. They want the Epstein files released. These are MAGA voters. And they want out of Israel. They're sick of it. To a person. John Fredericks Media Network, your Godzilla of the truth in America. Keep it right here. Live in Indianapolis. No, we're not raising hell. We're going to be Indy nice. We'll be right back with your calls. 888-480-JOHN. Fredericks Media Network, the John Fredericks Radio app, and I am your Godzilla of the truth in America, your oracle of the deplorables. Coming to you live from Indianapolis, Indiana, right outside the state capitol, where, well, we got a special session going on here to debate whether or not we should redistrict 2 seats to basically save America. That's basically it. And hopefully the Republicans here in the House, we look pretty good in the Senate. We got a couple holdouts, but you know what? We can primary them and we can ask a lot of questions. So hopefully we can get this right. And I am here. And if you're in Indy and you want to meet us, we've got the Trump bus right here. Got a show on the bus. You can see it. And we'd love to have you come out, sign the bus. Yes, you can get a cup of 1775 coffee, freshly brewed, right here on the bus. If you come out and join us. Hear that, Jimmy? Jimmy Starr in Indy? Come on, bud. Let's go. Come and visit us. Have a cup of Joe. We're going to be here hanging out for, I don't know, the foreseeable future till we get this referendum passed. I think I'll stay here till Christmas night if I have to. We're going to get this thing done. Phone lines are open just for you. 888-480-JOHN. Don't forget, follow us on social media. What? You haven't done that? Come on. At JF Radio Show. At JF Radio Show. Have you subscribed to my original YouTube page? No? Mom, what am I, chopped liver? I thought we were friends. Can we talk? Right? We need you to subscribe. I got all my subscribers back from the old days. I got reinstated on YouTube. So we're rolling. We love it. It's so much fun. Let's go. All you got to do is so simple. Is go to YouTube, put in John Fredericks Media, subscribe there, and you're good to go. And you can get all our shows. We can get all of our clips, all of our shorts. It's all there. You're going to love it. So that's all you have to do. Okay, we're going to get the phone lines, and we're going to start with my friend Brianna from Northern Virginia, line 2. Brianna, you're live. I'm in Indy. You're in Nova. Good to have you with us. Happy Hanukkah.
Good. Good morning. How are you?
Great.
Listen, I am calling in
to talk to you.
Well, thank you, John. It is a pleasure to speak with you as well this morning. You know, I wanted to chat with you a little bit about this Groyper movement, and that is those youngsters that you're referring to that globbed on to Nick Fuentes, and he has really made a name for himself, and it's actually a scary thing. He's taken the America First movement, and he has turned it into what he calls the groper movement. Have you heard that term before?
No, and none of the people that I talk to even like know anything about the guy. So I think we have to divide this out. You've got this whack job that I want nothing to do with, who's a complete racist, that's making money off of racism, which is disgusting and sickening, and he's a jackass. I don't want anything to do with him. But then you have the real issue here, Brianna, that nobody wants to face. That's why I'm bringing this out. We're losing Zoomers because of Israel fatigue. They're sick of it. And if we don't change it, you're not going to get them in 26 or 28. That's an issue. But go ahead.
I'm hearing it a little differently than that. Yes, Israel is an issue. They do lean on that heavily. But, unfortunately, what's happened is he has been successful with the help of people like Tucker Carlson and other people who are, sharing his KKK Aryan type nonsense. And, are they really extreme far right, or are they really the left? I mean, this is not good, but I don't believe that it really is or ever has been part of MAGA, because like you and I actually go back pretty far. And in 2017, it was Nick Fuentes who was rioting or marching, whatever they called it, in Charlottesville. And he was causing trouble back then. He's still around. He hasn't gone anywhere, but he has influenced a lot of the younger people. And they kind of hide behind that America First, which they've kind of bastardized it, in my opinion, but it's unfortunate. But that's where we're at. And we got to get people out there voting. That's the bottom line. And this is hurting us.
I think the issue for the president and for the Republicans in the midterms is going to be focusing on domestic policy, getting prices down, getting growth in the economy. I mean, when kids voted for him because they saw President Trump as America First and giving them a future and a better life when things are a little bit tougher now, coming out of college, and that they don't see that transpiring in the first year. So if you're in your 20s, like the big beautiful bill has no impact on your life, right? You're not paying that much taxes. You're not in the high tax bracket. You don't own a business. You're not getting the 100% deduction. You're not getting the child care tax credit. You don't have a family. So none of that matters to them. This is what we're missing here, because I talk to them all the time. They don't care about that because it doesn't affect them. They care about, I went to the grocery store and prices are up. Now gas is down, so that's going to help. And am I going to get a job when I get out? And are we growing our jobs, or are we running around talking about Israel 20 hours a day, which they don't care about? And when I talk to them, it's not like they're pro-Palestinian. So they're not like part of that. They just don't care about Israel. They're done with it. I'm going to call it Israel exhaustion, fatigue. They're done. And then they
it's a lack of understanding, though.
They want the Epstein files out. That is, I talked to 5 kids. I've heard this 100 times. I checked with 5. I just randomly 5. I called 8. The first 5 that got back to me, and I had to leave. Epstein files. They want them out. They want accountability for people in power abusing children. That's what they want. We've not done either of these things, and so they're pissed.
Well, so I spent Thanksgiving in North Carolina with family down there, and they're all conservatives down there, but I got a lot of pushback. They are not happy with Donald Trump either, and it's people of all ages, but it's for exactly the thing that you're talking about. And we do have to put a closing to the whole Epstein files. This has got to stop, because unfortunately we do have people who are still connected to some mainstream media that is misleading them, and so that's got to go away. We've got to fix that before we really get knee deep into midterms. I agree with you, but the whole Israel thing is really. I mean, we gave over $200 billion to Ukraine, and people were silent, and now here we are. We give $3.8 billion annually to Israel, and okay, end the foreign aid. Don't worry about it. Israel's got plenty of money. They're doing fine over there. They got all kind of patents. They've got more patents than any country in the world, but they are the front line of defense for the United States because they're over there fighting the war for us, at least holding back the terrorism until we got Biden in office, and that fell apart. But they are a loyal partner to us, and we need partners in the world that we can trust. So, I'm going to still continue backing the relationship, and I think that Donald Trump knows exactly who Netanyahu is. I kind of see him looking at him when they're in meetings, and as long as we got Donald Trump there, I'm good with where we're at with Israel. Just saying.
I mean, that's your view. That's my view. That's not the view of the Zoomers that we're losing. And it's not the 3.8 billion. They're just like, get them off the news. Like, stop talking about Israel. Like, stop getting Netanyahu at the White House. Like, they don't care. Like, what are you going to do today to help me get a job? And certainly expanding H-1B visas to kids in India are not going to help me. So what are you going to do to help me get a job?
No.
What are you going to, they want Trump, every single day he should be focusing on domestic policy like a freaking laser beam, right? Not golden domes and not libraries, just not, and I get you want peace in Ukraine. Nobody gets that more than all of us do, but he's got to turn his attention to this domestic economy. He's got to get prices down. He's got to be creative, and we need a MAGA Mandami. I've been saying that now for like a month and a half since that guy won. We need a MAGA Mandami, and our messaging sucks. And that's why we're losing kids in droves. That's the reason. So we got to fix it. And we got time.
Well, Charlie brought them to the polls for us.
Yes.
And what Charlie did really helped Donald Trump get into the White House. And those, we've got to recapture that. And that's the big question is how do we do it?
That's why they had to assassinate him.
Right. I believe that too. Very sad, but I believe that too, John. Yep. Maybe one day we'll really find out how all of that really transpired. Hard to believe that it's just some lone person who just, furry or whatever his issues were, just lost his mind one day. But it seems like there's more to it. I'm concerned. Are those early voters going to show up in midterms when we need them? And what are we doing to recapture that?
Right now, we're going to get. Right now, if we don't change it, we're going to get blown out. Okay, we have a year. We have a year. Lots to do. We need new messaging. We got a year. We got to fix the economy. We got to focus on domestic. We got to get an early vote, mail-in vote apparatus going in these districts. Right now, we don't have one. I gave you the numbers. Yes, no. This communist beat Van Epps. I want, again, I'm giving our audience things I want you to digest. Early voting, Nashville. Ben, 18,000. Van Epps, 3,000. You can't win. We were lucky to win that because it was a Trump district and we got the game day turnout. You can't get beat 85-15 on early votes and absentee ballots and think you're going to win. We got to get a handle on it. And for any person who goes on my chat right now and says, we want to vote on game day, we got to vote. It should be one day voting. We don't want early voting. We don't want mail-in voting. Don't do it. There's servers on the moon. There's algorithms. You're going to be eating out of a trash can when this is all said and done. You don't knock it off. Early voting is the game they're playing. Until you change it, we got to get that game.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. But RNC has to do more. They have to rebrand themselves. We brought MAGA to the polls. Donald Trump brought MAGA to the polls. And RNC can't keep them. Why is that? We got to get rid of that grand old party. This is not who the Republican Party is right now or needs to be. And they're not retaining these young voters. They're not. It's their fault. I blame RNC fully on this. So until they're going to do something and put the money into their own rebranding, then we keep starting over and over every election cycle. And that's just not working, as we saw in Virginia. That's crazy. 600,000 votes below what Donald Trump brought in, and he still lost against Nikki Haley. He's lost all 3 times here in Virginia.
Yeah, I get it.
But, you know.
All right, Brianna, always
yeah.
good
So,
to hear from you, and my best to your husband. I know he's enjoying his new role. My best to your husband, and happy Hanukkah to you and your family.
Thanks, John. Have a great day.
You got it, and Merry Christmas too, Brianna. Let's see. I got 3 minutes. Pat in Richmond, line 3. Pat, you're live.
Good morning, John. You know, it's not just the Zoomers that they're losing. I mean, I've talked to a lot of my retired friends, and the same things that the Zoomers are sick and tired of hearing: Ukraine, Israel, Epstein, all of that garbage. We're tired of it, too. You are absolutely right. If he doesn't do something about turning around the domestic policies in this house, in this country, we're going to lose in 26, because the same issues that the Zoomers are having, can't afford things, don't see prices coming down. The retired people are in the same boat. And like I said, a lot of my friends are really wondering whether or not they're going to waste their time voting. And I think that's what a lot happened in Southwest Virginia. I mean, you've got a lot of people there that don't see anything being done for this country. It's all across the world. I'm glad he's trying to do stuff, but he needs, and Congress needs, to refocus on this country.
Both ends of the bookends we're losing. Seniors and Zoomers. That's not good, right? We're losing them both. And we got to pivot. You got to wake up and smell the coffee. I hope 6 months goes by before I see another meeting in the White House with A, Zelensky, B, Netanyahu, 3, anybody from Israel, and 4, big tech bros. I'm sick of it. They do nothing for any of us. Okay? What I want to see in the White House, union workers. What I want to see in the White House, people that are going to build manufacturing plants and give us kids jobs. I don't want to see H-1B visas. I don't want to see tech giants. I don't want to see big bankers. I don't want to see any of that. I want to get back to our roots. This is the working class blue collar party. And you know what? He's doing the right thing, getting out these illegals, doing the absolute right thing. And it's going to make a difference. I know it's like people don't like when they see the raids on TV. I get it, but you got to do it because you got to get them out. And this, I tell you this other thing, Pat, this Somalia thing, we've only seen the tip of the iceberg. I mean, this is basically a foreign invasion of a state ripping off taxpayers for billions of dollars. I mean, it's unbelievable how a country can allow this, but we do it. Why? Because they vote them in and they have power. Unbelievable. Pat, thank you from Richmond. Pat, Merry Christmas. John Fredericks live in Indianapolis. Come see us on the Trump bus. We're at the Residence Inn Marriott downtown by the Capitol. I'll be right back with your calls.